Formula One can be a very controversial sport where fans will argue for years over literally the simplest things. And today we're defending F1's most controversial scandals in the first ever F1 court. But first, let's meet our strong team of incredibly intelligent legal advisors. Introducing Aarava, Adam, Ponden, and F1 Luke Sam. Jeez, don't be so enthusiastic. Thanks for laughing at that, Aarava. I'm glad someone found that funny. First, let's introduce the cases that we'll be taking on today. Disclaimer, none of what we say are our actual opinions and everything is purely for the case of humor in this video. Am I right, boys?
Yeah,
yes,
absolutely.
Everything.
50-50, I think.
So, let's introduce the cases. Today, we've got Crashgate versus Felipe Massa, Abu Dhabi 2021 versus Michael Massey, Spygate versus the two people that were involved, Schumacher versus Damon Hill, Schumacher is innocent, and finally, Multi 21, Seb is innocent as well. But who is going to be taking on these cases? We take it to the trusty spin wheel to figure out who is getting what. Starting off with Crashgate. Oh, who's it going to be? It's Adam!
I will take Crashgate.
Next up, we've got Abu Dhabi 2021. Oh my god, we've got Lou! Congratulations. Schumacher versus Damon Hill. Shouldn't have paid $60 for this. It's me! Way! Multi 21. Ooh. Ponden!
No? Yeah?
Oh my god.
And that leaves Aarava with Spygate.
Let's go.
With the magic of the spin wheel done, it's time to go. Take a week off, you incredible lawyers, and we'll come back and present our findings. So after a long week of deliberation, the lawyers are back to present our cases and defend our amazing clients. So what better way to choose who goes first than the spin wheel?
Because they always do this in the court of laws.
Alrighty. Who's gonna get the first one? That's Ponden.
No, I don't want to go
Ponden.
No,
Mr. Blake Dalton is going first.
I don't want to go first.
You can't argue the will.
I can't wait for this. Blake's been talking about it all week as well. He's super prepared.
Alright, I, Sir Ponden, am here today to defend the case of Multi 21. Seb's point of view. I put a lot of time and effort into this, as you can see. Oh, animation!
It was at this point here that Ponden's camera decided to stop working, only for his own presentation. It comes back soon, but for now, enjoy this amazing animation, which I'll do in its place. Oh,
and as you can see, this photo I took last week.
Big blow up.
That's why you have your hair forward, gotcha. When did you become a sir?
Lord
you
degree.
became a sir of That's law. What you did. Oh, that's why I didn't answer any of my messages. Oh, sorry.
Okay, Multi 21, more like, maybe not as bad as it seemed, 21.
Fair enough.
All right, on today's agenda, we're going to be overviewing the case. We're going to be talking about the misconceptions, the secret reality. Then we'll be defending my boy, and then we'll be talking. We'll be setting the victory down in stone. All right, so what the heck even happened? So Sebastian Vettel was a fast boy. He started from pole. He was then told to be slow. Mr. Mark Webber, fellow Australian. See, there's no bias in this case. Australian, Mark Webber, Australian, got grumpy that Seb was a fast boy. Vettel didn't slow down because he was a very fast boy. Seb's fast boy innocence. So there's a lot of words, which I've prepared. So the Vettel's overtake ensured the best result for Red Bull by maximizing the points, contributing to the team's championship effort. I'm not entirely sure, but I think so. Right to competitive integrity. The Multi 21 order shouldn't have override a driver's competitive spirit. No one wants to watch no battle. Can you imagine how boring the race would have been if Vettel just sat behind?
We've just lived it the last 2 years anyway. So
Exactly. Exactly. Vettel's actions didn't harm the team. Red Bull still secured a 1-2. Racing is about competition. Vettel's decision honored the sport's cause value by prioritizing.
It's a big word, don't worry. Do you speak English down in Australia?
Vettel's actions were justified by his commitment to the team, his right to compete, and his pursuit of the championship. Red Bull. What do they like to do, guys? What does Red Bull as a brand like to do?
Advertising.
Provide caffeine, party.
Advertise. They're the king of marketing. If this race had been won by Mark, what would have happened? Nothing. We got everyone talking. Vettel was told to do that for the show, to get everyone talking, and that's why Seb is innocent.
So you're saying the problem actually lies with Red Bull's upper management? Is that what you're saying?
No. And would a guilty man do this?
Probably not.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Now, let's talk about all the good that Seb has done. Because of Seb winning the championship, he's gone on to have a great legacy. He's done a lot of great stuff with bees. Who doesn't love bees? He supports diversity, trying to stop climate change, supporting ongoing political issues, and just overall, a good bloke with some luscious hair. He is innocent. There will be no further questions. Are there any questions?
I got one. Who's that standing behind you in that picture?
And why are you
I
wearing
actually
Alfa
don't know.
Romeo?
I'm supporting the car brand.
Ah, okay. What's your favorite Alfa Romeo? then?
What's your favorite Alfa Romeo?
That one that's in the ad, and then the girl's like, Alfa
Ah,
Romeo.
the Ciabatta, the Alfa
Yeah,
Romeo
yeah,
Ciabatta,
that one,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. No, that's a bread, mate. Just caught you out. Do you not think all the information about Seb up to, from that point till now is pretty irrelevant, because in the context of that race, none of that had happened yet.
We're talking about the marketing here. If he didn't
Okay.
win, he wouldn't have won the championship, which means he wouldn't have gone on to have a great legacy, which means he wouldn't have gone on to help the bees. Are you against helping bees, Aarava?
Yeah, I don't like honey.
Brother, without the bees, we all die.
Take-
Did you not watch the bee movie, Aarava?
From Twitter, where it's like every time the word bee is said, the thing speeds up. So by the end, it's just like 2,000 speed.
All right, any more questions, guys? I can't speak.
I got one. You're defending Vettel so viciously, in a nice sense. Was he, and is he, your favourite F1 driver of all time?
No.
Who is?
Liam Lawson.
Do you think he would care for the bees as much as Vettel has?
I don't know. Prior to winning a championship, you're focused on the championship. Once you win the championship, that's when you can put more effort into the bees.
What?
What?
I don't even need to continue my argument. I think you've just shot yourself in the foot.
All right, we're moving on.
It was just so bad. It's just awful.
All right, Mr. Fastboy, Vettel is innocent. Thank you guys all for listening. Please call me at 101617802-help or Ponden at Ponden Lawson, pondenlawconsultants.com or www.pleasedon'tsendmetojail.com.
Okay.
Well done.
Wow.
Well done.
Well done.
Thank
Well
you,
done.
everyone.
Boys, what do we think? After that incredible presentation from an outstanding lawyer, what is our verdict?
Sounds to me like he's pointing the finger at the Red Bull upper management. I don't know.
We may need to escalate this further, I think.
We may need to get the big dogs involved.
I wouldn't say file an internal investigation.
No, the internal investigation's not going to bring anything.
In the case of Sebastian Vettel versus Multi21, do you find Sebastian Vettel guilty or innocent?
You know what? I'm actually not going to lie. Ponden made some very good arguments, to be honest. The marketing thing, I actually, for a way to finesse that the other way, and just for that reason, I'll side with him. I'll go, he's not guilty.
Even though it seems like Blake was thoroughly invested in the words that he was spilling out to us. I'd have to agree with Aarava. I'm on Vettel's side here.
I can tell you put a lot of hard work into this, Blake. All I got out of that is Vettel's a good bloke. That's it from that side. So Vettel's a good bloke, tick. However, the other side is the manager of my favourite driver. I think after Piastri retires, he'll help the bees as well, off Mark Webber's words. They're both fighting on the same team. I would say not guilty.
My vote doesn't count. Sir Ponden, after long deliberation in the courts, we have found, in the case of Sebastian Vettel versus Multi21, Sebastian Vettel is not guilty.
That one's for Seb.
Wow.
Can we open up another case? Red Bull versus Multi21.
Yeah, upper management, we said.
Upper management.
Get the uppers down.
Maybe for the case of Ponden versus Red Bull, we steer clear of that one.
Yes,
Smart
get that
marketing, guys.
involved.
Yeah.
After a successful bout from Sir Ponden, it's time to head back to the spin wheel to see who's going next. Who's it gonna be?
It's you.
The person who
It's
should
me.
be first.
Oh, it's me, boys. What can I say? All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I bring to you today the case of Hill versus Schumacher, 1994. Today, we're defending our Lord and Savior, Michael Schumacher. First of all, what happened here, lads? Well, you see, coming into the final race of the season, Michael Schumacher was leading Damon Hill by 1 point in the 1994 season. If they both crash out, Michael Schumacher would win by 1 point. Everyone's first assumption is it must have been deliberate, but was it really? Let's have a look here.
F1 footage.
might get
Call the
demonetized.
police.
So he's leading right here, as you can see. He went off, hit the wall, damage. As we saw there, first of all, I want to take a step back and just focus on the incident itself. Michael Schumacher went off, hit the wall, and then at that point, he's broken his car, right? So it's out of his control at that point. And so then as he's trying to take the corner, because of the way that the wheel would turn down a little bit, if you know, it goes a bit right, he's oversteering, so he didn't actually mean to turn in that much. And let's have a look at the sequence of events of the season. First of all, the 1994 season was full of a lot of intense emotions. Of course, we lost Ayrton Senna at the start of the season, and that heavily affected a lot of... Sorry, I saw Ponden smiling.
No, I'm not smiling. No, It's funny because it's like, I was like, we're just going from like this weird point to then just like, okay, you've actually come with proper points.
Can't believe you're starting to laugh at Senna's death.
I'm not.
How dare you?
I'm not.
And so Ayrton Senna's death heavily affected the mentality of a lot of their drivers throughout the season. And so Schumacher hits the wall, rejoining in the lead. He doesn't actually see Schumacher go off. And so he thinks, oh, I've got to go for a risky move. Then both cars DNF, the controversy sparks and goes on till this day. And we're here to settle. As you can see, well, I've just kind of done that, haven't I? Never mind. Moving on.
There was a nice color palette there.
In the defense of my client, the season was marked by a tragedy. He was a young driver with immense pressure fighting for his first world championship. Who's a recent young driver for their first championship?
Oscar Piastri in
Max
F2.
Verstappen.
Max Verstappen. And that did spark some more aggressive maneuvers. The collision was a result of defensive driving, not a deliberate act. No prior history of deliberate collisions to secure wins or championships existed with Michael Schumacher at this time. Yes, of course, since then we've had some things, but that doesn't matter because at this point in time, he hadn't done any dumb things deliberately crashing people out. So, request for a verdict of not guilty on the accusation of deliberate wrongdoing. Don't take it from me. Listen to this indemnifying information shared by a court opposition, Damon Hill.
30 years ago, I arrived in Adelaide after one of the most dramatic, controversial and tragic Formula One seasons.
World champion Schumacher or Hill?
Oh, Schumacher.
Phase.
No,
Phase world champion. I didn't know they competed.
Oh, look, did you see that Martin Brundle?
With Adelaide being a street circuit full of left and right-hand corners, occasionally Michael would disappear out of view. And so it happened on lap 36.
He didn't see
after
him.
I'd taken a second out of his lead. Michael had hit the wall and damaged his car, but crucially, I hadn't seen it. So when I came round the corner, all I saw was Michael rejoining the track. This was my opportunity. I had to take it. As Patrick Head tried to bend the suspension straight with his bare hands, I knew my race was done and my championship was gone. A whole mixture of emotions ran through my mind. Relief that this bittersweet season was over. But there was no anger. In my head, I hadn't apportioned any blame to Michael. I had had no idea his car was damaged, but Barry was instead pointing out Michael's head movements.
Forget that part, moving on. So that's all we need to see of that.
Question. Did Adelaide Motorsport Festival take Ethan Woody's subtitle font? Or
That's my font. That's my subtitles.
You're saying you edited this footage?
I believe in court you can't manipulate any form
Doctored
of
footage.
Wow, very good point, sir.
As we can see in that, Damon Hill testifies the following truths. Michael was under severe psychological stress, which exempts him from any wrongdoings. He didn't do it on purpose. He was young. He had damage and lost control. He just did nothing wrong. And on behalf of Hill, he doesn't blame Michael. He couldn't see him and made an error judgment in the tight corner because he didn't want to win the championship this season regardless. He said, oh, sweet relief. Now, you might think, how does this geezer know? Who's this muppet? Well, you know what? Because I own these streets. I have grown up in Adelaide.
Objection, hearsay.
Did you own the streets in 1994 though?
Yeah.
Probably before your time, isn't it?
I was born in 2004, but it was just like, I can feel the aura when I walk through. The ghost of Damon Hill passed. As you can see in the previous video,
He's not dead. There's no ghost.
well, his season died there. And to me, that's a spiritual thing. So
I would like to suggest more hearsay. You do not look as sick as you think you do in that picture.
excuse me. I was rocking
Always
that.
getting cooked.
As a matter of fact, I'll have you know, that was a sick f***ing fringe.
Blake's
But
actually rocking that right now.
I own these streets. I know how it is. You know, just trust me. I could walk there right now.
Source, trust me, bro.
Now, Damon not only admits Schumacher did nothing wrong here, he also told me in person at the 2024 Adelaide Motorsports Festival. I was asking him before going up on this panel, oh, sorry, we're best friends too. He follows me on Instagram, and that right there is all the proof you need.
There's no way his Instagram handles
Surely that brings in a level of bias, if anything.
Who am I defending?
I'm not sure, really.
I'm not actually sure, to be honest, at this point. Tightening the tie is not going to make it any better.
Also, he's my best friend, and I love him.
There's no way his handle is 96 F1 champ. That's actually hilarious.
We're defending, obviously, Michael Schumacher here, so why...
Wait, I'm so confused. I thought Hill won the 94 one.
No! Michael Schumacher...
No,
Are you not following the case?
No, he crashed him out and won.
Yeah.
Schumi took him out so he would keep 1 point ahead of him.
He knew if they just didn't finish.
Yeah. He knew what? No, it wasn't deliberate. It was accident, remember? So...
Yeah, he agreed to begin with.
Is it?
No one will see that in the cut. Why would I be going against my best friend, Damon Hill, if it wasn't right?
Wait, so you're defending Schumacher?
I'm defending Schumacher. If that isn't enough, now driving through Adelaide CBD, as you saw in that corner, it's so tight, so many blind corners. It's actually illegal to turn right through most streets. Fun fact. Yeah. Yeah, I love the lag there as well. It's good. So
I lost connection again, didn't I?
in Adelaide, we drive on the left side of the road, but in Germany and Italy, they drive on the right side of the road. Where's Schumacher from? Germany.
Right, Germany, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Where is Benetton from? Italy. All he's done in the last few years is drive on the right side of the road. So he's panicked. Poor guy. He just got
I
confused.
don't think there's sides of the road, no, in a race.
To conclude, Your Honour, Michael Schumacher is innocent of any deliberate wrongdoings. The collision was a result of the damaged immense pressure he faced at the moment. Damon Hill's own statements, and as such, I urge the court to recognise this incident for what it was, an unfortunate racing incident, not a calculated move to win the championship. Michael Schumacher did not deliberately crash Damon Hill out. Thank you for your consideration. I hope you'll correctly identify and pronounce my client, Michael Schumacher, rightfully innocent.
Now that we know what you're fighting for,
Shall I restart?
can you give us some proof of that?
There's no place for any questions.
I got a few.
Damn.
Me too.
I believe in your own presentation, it said that this was already deemed a racing incident. So the question is, why have you really brought this to court if it was already determined a racing incident? I actually think we should all band together to bring you to court for wasting everyone's time with something that was already deemed a racing incident.
We're freeing his soul.
Yeah, I mean, I want to just basically get rid of this slide completely. Look at all the designers for the Benetton team. They're all from countries that drive on the left, mate. You got Ross Brawn, Rory Bryan, Pat Simmons, William Toett. They all are from citizenship of England. They all drive on the left, so this is null and void, mate. They designed the car to be able to sit perfectly on the left-hand side of the road.
Conjecture. Do they drive the car?
I'm claiming conjecture on this slide. What are you on about?
Are they the one driving the car?
But I want to add, this is just like irrelevant to the point. Okay, I've got a question for you, Ethan. Someone didn't indicate and hit your car. Who are you blaming?
If I was trying to squeeze down the wrong side of the road, it would be my fault.
No, you would blame the person who did the incident. So in this case, if Michael drove on the wrong side of the road, then it's Michael's fault. You can't just be like, oh, soz, I just killed a family of 4 and
You literally
it's
just shot
his
yourself
fault.
in the foot. You just said that Michael drove on the wrong side of the
I
road.
was talking about Damon.
And can I also add to this, in the whole context of it, generally, if you have a crash and the road you drove on was the reason you had a crash, you blame the people who made the road. And as we established at the end of your presentation, you said you own the roads. So I think you are to blame for Michael's crash and therefore his inability to actually veer away from Damon Hill. So if anything, once again, I bring it back to, I think we should be cooking you on the stand.
We've heard enough. We've heard enough.
That's crazy what just happened.
That was good. That's why he's the best lawyer here.
Right. Well, we cooked him, guys. So congrats.
I think Ethan's guilty.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
He's guilty.
I think so.
Michael
I think
Schumacher's
so.
innocent.
He's guilty.
Yeah.
Ethan's guilty. We've just overturned something that wasn't there to start.
We're throwing out the original case, and I think as a 4, we're going to bring a new case to be trialed right here.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, I might be a sir, but there was just too many words, and I just got lost.
I think we've just established from your presentation that you can't speak English very well.
That's not.
Can't get him on that one. Your illiteracy. No,
But
I think
anyway,
Ethan's guilty.
Yeah. Everyone in favour of Ethan being guilty? Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Yeah. Aye. Yeah.
Aye.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So.
Your dust, fam.
So here, the official world courts of us have decided that we are throwing your original case out. And we are just trialing you as an individual to be cooked, to be put into a prison where you have to watch out for the bar of soap because you indeed own the streets and therefore are the problem of all of this. Courts are done. And we all agree on it, don't we, boys?
Jail's just a room anyway. You'll be fine.
Big on, mate.
Enjoy Bernie.
Whoa. Whoa.
Wow, that was amazing. Amazing.
Why are you throwing Bernie Collins under the bus like that?
Bernie Eccleston.
Unbelievable, mate.
Well, then I think that was pretty successful for me. Should I be here still, or
That
is
was
that
good fun.
against my restraining order or something? All right, up next, we've got Adam, Mr. Sanderson.
Alrighty then.
You're a triple threat, Adam.
Singing, modeling, and what?
Acting. Kind of the main one.
Wow. He just got cooked.
That was the main one.
Incredible.
Can you see my screen?
Sure
Yeah.
can, sir.
Incredible.
Sorry, the delayed reaction.
Thank you for joining me today on this beautiful summer's day here in England. I appreciate each and every one of you Australians making the trip. So we're here to discuss Felipe Massa and his obsession, absolute obsession with Crashgate. These guys, there's nothing wrong, and I'm going to tell you why. First up, Massa is just a grumpy man. It's been how many years since the incident, and he's just brought it up out of thin air. Actually, sorry, I just realised I got to look a bit more smart. He's just brought it up out of...
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He wanted to win, but he didn't. That's life. What it be? Let me tell you a little backstory. 2008, Singapore Grand Prix. Renault's Nelson Piquet Jr. deliberately crashed to help his teammate, supposedly Fernando Alonso, which gained an advantage, right? He messed up his qualifying. It happens, you know, drivers aren't perfect all the time. He started with a very low fuel load and decided, I'm going to pit very early just to see if something will happen in the race that can benefit me, right? Moving forward. You never know what's going to happen in Formula One, and that's why we love it so much. Am I right?
Yeah.
Damn right. There we go.
Wait.
There we go. Got to win over the jury, my guy. Orchestration. Supposedly what has happened and what Massa is trying to pin on my client. The crash was planned. Oh, we've heard that before, haven't we? It was a conspiracy against me. I'm the main centre of attention. Whoa. Yes, it affected other drivers, but crashes happen, right? If we let this one get away with, it was all intentional, every other driver that's been affected by any safety car is going to come crying for their side to be heard, all right? Massa lost by 1 point, similar to Damon Hill and Michael Schumacher. They lost by 1, this close to winning, and it got taken away. That's life, get over it. Briatore was given a lifelong ban, which was later on overturned, and the FIA were like, actually, you know what? We're a bit too harsh on you. Have some money to make up for all the time lost. Massa's recent reaction, now this is what we're talking about today. We're not talking about the courts back then. Felipe Massa has recently reignited the controversies. Now, Blake, look, I can't speak English now.
It's contagious.
There's too much pressure.
There is, and I'm rising above it. You didn't. The 2008 championship. So, conjecture for the first point there, right? What was the first point? Crashgate. more conjecture, right? And we've got the next one. Yeah, fair enough, right? It did impact the championship. Like I said, it happens. Get over it. Wrongly convicted, as we have previously determined. Massa's recent action. Oh, cry. Cry over it. Speculation, get over it. You lost the championship, get over it. Stop crying. How do I know? This is all blatant fake news. I was there. Let's watch this little clip.
What the hell was that? You nearly put me out the entire race.
Cancel the TV subscription. The entertainment is right here.
Do you really have nothing better to do?
By now? No. You two are like characters in a badly written sitcom. Ask anyone.
What do you mean?
The paddock talks, mate. Everyone knows. Have you not seen the way that people look at you? We all feel sorry for you, mate. You never stood a chance with him. You want my advice?
Backwards kills me.
Prove him wrong.
The back of their head.
This is great editing.
Chin up.
Hang on. Are you... No. You cannot say that was edited or doctored in any single way.
But mine
right?
is.
It's funny, I remember seeing this footage, it's almost like a couple of years ago when I booted up the F1 game.
Well, that's because we talked about this a couple of years ago when Massa was first like having whispers of wanting to bring it all up. I was like, look, if this comes to court, let me have a look at this evidence. Have a look at this, Aarava. Look.
Blake, is that your favourite Alfa Romeo driver?
What team was Felipe Massa driving for? I believe.
Ferrari.
Was that
With the
Ferrari?
Williams hat.
Yeah, Williams hat and BWT overalls.
No. He's actually... Oh.
He's got 2 different teams merch on.
Wow. The footage looks pretty doctored to me.
As you can see, right, he didn't deny it, and I was right. There is the proof that the whole paddock knew it was a hoax, but they ran the whole story just to shut him up, really. They knew Massa was a bit of a loudmouth. Mate, he can bark. What did they do then? Okay? They conducted a fake investigation. In 2009, they looked into it. 2010, it was overruled. Fake news. They found there was some guilt. All right, there was some. Why didn't they reinstate the order of the standings? Because there wasn't actually anything wrong. They overturned it. The FIA did it, not me. The FIA are never, ever wrong. Never wrong.
Remember that one, Luke.
Alright, they wanted to protect the sport, alright? The integrity, like I said earlier, if this crash was wrong, this safety car, let's reverse everything, make it so this crash never had blah blah. The amount of people that are going, oh, but what about this safety car here? This Zandvoort, what about this Austria, this Silverstone incident, this year, mate, whole can of worms. If they overturn this, they'd overturn everything else. None of us want that. We like racing. Massa has retired, right? This is the whole reason why he's brought it up. He's retired now. It means he can't win any more championships. If you can't win any more championships whilst racing, why not try and win a championship by going through the courts? Absolute nonsense.
That sounds like a great YouTube title, though. I want a world championship without even being an active driver anymore.
I'm going to write that down. I'm not having it.
Yeah, court, am I right? So dragged.
It's a good video idea, right, guys?
That's all one sentence, by the way. My God.
When I'm
breath,
passionate,
thank you,
I'm
Adam.
passionate.
Hang on, what's the last few sentences?
All this insider trading BS that means he can possibly fight for the championship. Again, on the record, I'm purely based on technicalities and no skill, or trying to take that from Sir Lewis, the literal sir. How could he take that away from someone with Her Majesty? Queen Lizzie, the third knightess. Queen Lizzie has knighted this guy, and you're trying to take it away. God rest her soul. That is so mean and not fair that I don't think we should tolerate it.
I don't think the WWE should tolerate that either.
It's baseless, right? Proves Massa is just clutching at straws, right? Technicalities, he's got a bit of money to spend, up against me, and I'm telling you, no money can buy me against my ethics, and I stand by them.
How are the F1 games?
Why? No evidence. It is questionable timing. Motive for fabrication. Unreliable witness. I don't trust anything that Massa says, and it would damage the sport. 5 good reasons. Final statement. Grow up, mate. I was there.
Go on.
Thank you. Any questions?
That spelling went crazy.
Adam, you might be left-handed, but you're always right.
More fake news. I'm right-handed.
I have a question. Why does that suit not fit you as well as the one you're wearing currently?
That suit was taken when I was racing so heavily, so my neck was actually quite large, and my lats and everything.
Right. And what team was that for?
That team is Gucci.
Okay.
What about
questions?
all of the evidence that showed that it was deliberate?
What evidence? Tell me.
You know what? I can't be bothered. Let's just let's move it along. You were there after all.
I was there.
Yeah, the aura is just insane. It's scaring me.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, what do we think about that court case?
It's definitely a court case.
He's stroking himself. What? I'd like to also point out that doll is wearing a different team to the one he claims he was in whilst he was talking to Massa. And that's fake news, because that's a fake team.
I'm lip reading here. I can't hear you, but can I just say that drivers have numerous teams throughout their careers, and this was the last team that I was in.
But that's a fake team.
No, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you?
He's frozen.
The freeze is biblical.
He froze.
Oh no, did I? Oh, for God's sake. Brilliant.
That is unbelievably good timing.
He's gone.
He's completely calmed.
Boys, while he's gone, it's time to make our decision.
There's a lot of words.
To be honest, Massa has no case, so I'll go for yeah.
I can't be bothered thinking against everything that he said, because he said a lot, so I'm just going to go.
If you can't convince the court, confuse the court.
Yeah, he brainwashed me into agreeing with him.
I'm being haunted by his ghost.
Why is it still
He comes back for like 10 seconds. Oh, I've lost it now. No.
Oh, my internet's cooked. I'm coming back. I think I need to restart my PC.
No, so in the case of Felipe Massa versus Crashgate, we found Crashgate not guilty. You succeeded.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Mostly
Thank
from
you.
confusing us.
You won something.
Yeah, mainly because I couldn't be asked thinking.
That's normally how I do this, right? I just start talking and
Bamboozle.
never stop.
Yeah, those cutscenes were so long. Oh my god.
Noted.
It's time for our penultimate case. It's back to the spin wheel. Obviously, we've only got Mr. Aarava and Luke. Who are we gonna get? Aarava!
There we go. Spygate. It was all a misunderstanding. Today, I'll be talking about 2 different people who were involved in Spygate, and I'm going to try and defend both of them. I need to give you a bit of context about these people. So, our first person is this man. Excuse the blurry photo. It was many years ago.
CCTV footage.
Yeah. This is Nigel Stepney. A bit about his character. As you can see, he's a very likable man. Schumacher seems happy about his presence. He's a good man to be around. He's a good bloke.
A good bloke, tick.
He's a nice guy. He's smiling. Let's ignore the fact the smile's in 360p. But the next person involved in Spygate is this man. Mike Coughlin. Excuse the
It's like Kanye.
It's like Devin Butler's
The
suit.
wide boy.
He is a man. Yeah, he's a man. And then we've got these characters, okay? Ron Dennis, Max Mosley. They're important characters to this whole story of Spygate, okay? Because if you look closer, if we pause it right there and zoom in a bit, we can see them shaking hands, okay? So they are friends. Ron Dennis is in this man's back pocket. You need to remember that later on. So the basics of this, he was there's been a typo there. Well within his... Yeah, okay. So, well within his rights, Stepney felt he had been overlooked for his promotion, okay? Don't let them tell you that Ferrari were in the right here. He was wrongfully overlooked for a promotion, as you can clearly tell by this first slide. Look at him. You would promote this man. I would promote him, absolutely, right to the top. And he had a nearly 800 pages of confidential technical information about the 2007 Ferrari, saved on a USB drive. He didn't steal it, it was saved on a USB drive. That is the correction I've made to the article I've copied and pasted here to fit the story that is actually truthful.
Copy and paste?
Written all on my own. It was on a USB drive, and you know, to work from home, because F1 is always ahead of the curve, okay? And this man, let's go back to him again, Smiley McSmilerson, he was ahead of the curve. He was working from home, doing his due diligence for Ferrari, for Scuderia Ferrari, and he's mates with Coughlin, by the way. That's fine. You're allowed mates in Formula 1. As you do with mates, you just chat sometimes, innit? And Stephanie, he was gassed. He was gassed to show some of his developments, you know? He was such a genius. He just wanted to show off his genius that he'd pioneered. So he was showing them to his mate, and he just forgot to take his USB back from, he was probably at Coughlin's house, I'm guessing. We'll never know.
I hate when that happens, when you have such confidential information on a USB and you just forget it.
You can easily forget USBs, all right? They're tiny little things. Now you think, oh, the cloud. Oh, I'm never going to forget that. But back then...
Sorry, do you mind me asking, are you saying that the information was transferred through the USB?
The information was, it was given to Coughlin.
What was the manufacturer of the USB?
Right,
Quick question.
Yeah?
Is there a knee to the Stepney?
What?
That was bad. That
Stepney.
was bad.
Is there a knee?
This thing
Right,
on?
moving on. So he forgot the USB. It happened. So that's how the info got to him. It was just an easy mistake. And then Coughlin's wife, Trudy, tried to make photocopies of the documents at a shop in Woking, allegedly.
Wait, Luke, your mum's name's Trudy.
Dude, leave my mum out of this. She didn't do anything.
The plot
She didn't do
thickens
Wow.
No, she's
with
innocent.
Luke's blood.
Yeah, Aarava, I agree. Whatever you're saying, innocent.
Cool, thank you.
My mum did nothing.
Yeah, Trudy was just apparently making copies at a Woking shop. Allegedly. That's an important word. Allegedly. But what do we know about the photocopier employee who snitched, huh? Firstly, who the hell is working at a photocopier, let alone then in Woking? Clearly, the man had nothing better to do than make something up to entertain himself. Because I've been to Woking. Let me tell you, it is very dry. The most interesting thing there is the MTC. And it came out, and this is official, he was a Ferrari fan.
Is everything not official that you're saying?
It's all official. Yeah, it's all official. So he is biased. So that is two big reasons why he would just be making up crap about Trudy photocopying these documents that were just left on a USB that Stepney left at Coughlin's house. Exactly. Yeah. Trudy. Okay. Ron Dennis tried to throw Coughlin under the bus. And I think Alonso knew about it because he asked McLaren to make Hamilton run out of fuel. But he couldn't speak up because Ron Dennis threatened to bring that to the FIA's knowledge. So Alonso was gagged with bringing up the info that Dennis was trying to throw Coughlin under the bus, whilst obviously the investigation of the FIA was going on about McLaren, about Ferrari, etc. in that. And that's why we go back to Exhibit C, this handshake. Clearly, Ron Dennis and Max Mosley in cahoots to, incarcerate this wide man, okay? And this bloke.
Why
okay?
why did they care about putting them down?
Because it was a big scandal. And I need to remind you about that, okay? And, if you didn't know, by the way, the FIA had Stepney assassinated. Okay.
Can we make that a false claim legally?
It happened. It happened.
There's no allegedly there.
Ethan, crop me out of the video. I'm not getting assassinated, dude.
It happened.
We know too much.
No, Stephanie.
Because it's true. It's true. Did you hear about the super yacht guy? He died recently, and he was acquitted of his crimes with his co-conspirator, who just so happened to die within 2 weeks in a car crash. These things happen in real life, just coincidentally accident on the motorway. Okay.
This was like a 7-year difference.
Yeah, but the FI is a bit slow.
They probably took it to the stewards, and the stewards take ages, yeah.
Yeah, I rest my case. That was my PowerPoint. And
Adam looks so stressed.
I want to just say that I'm on the side of the FIA, and they are a great organisation.
I concur.
Blake, take us away.
I ain't gonna lie. I mean, Luke came out of Trudy, and Trudy was Stepney's wife. So I'm just gonna have to believe it. Like, I can't be dogging on Stepney like that.
But you're dogging on Trudy.
Yeah. As soon as you brought my mum into this, I was like,
yeah, I was sold.
Hard-hitting fact.
I don't think I'm qualified to comment on any of this. So your points of argument with it, the FIA took him out, and Luke's mum was involved, so that's immediately a blanket.
My points are, boys will be boys. They were just chatting, sharing good work they're doing. A USB gets left over. Okay. And then, Luke's mum is involved, and therefore the whatever happened after that is just needs to be thrown out. Also, the point about the guy in the photocopy shop, and then Ron Dennis, dirty. FIA, probably a little bit dirty. The coincidence is just a bit too much. Those are the points.
So you're saying that the term boys will be boys should be printed in legal matter?
For this particular case, it has to be applied. How things are applied will be a bit different from case to case. We see that every week with the racing stewards of Formula One. They apply their opinions differently.
I like my body being in one piece, so the FIA is great.
Well presented. It is time for us to have our say. Aarav, get in the back room. I'm not following to the back room. I saw Adam's face there. It's okay. All right, boys, what do we think? He made some very compelling arguments. Luke, you probably will say not guilty to save the family name.
Yeah. I think a few things. My mum is innocent.
Tell you what, she ain't.
I would like to stay on the FIA's good side. Like Adam said, FIA, I love you. I still yet to get F1 out of my name. So I don't want you coming for me. So another tick, non-guilty. Let's make a new case of how good the FIA is. I think that's what we should do next.
I back Trudy.
Personally, I'm sorry, but I've just done my research. The FIA, you guys are basing this off the fact that you think the FIA have hitmen. Adam, would you agree with that?
We got him. Can I just repeat your address for us? No, I'm on the side of Trudy. Trudy seems a lovely lady. Blake said he would back Trudy.
I, for one, am not on the side of Trudy. I do not back Trudy or no, I do back the I back the FIA. That's why it's not guilty. Wait, guilty.
So it's just my mum. Got it. All right. Cheers.
Your mum's lovely.
No, Trudy, I love you. Adam, I will clip what you said about the innocence. We will run that back if you
No one heard it. You don't
anyway.
need to.
I'm going guilty, but if you three say not guilty, that's fair. I guess the court's in favour. Mr. Aarava, welcome back, sir. The court has been in session and we have come to the verdict. It wasn't unanimous. The split decision goes in favour of not guilty. Somehow. Congratulations, really.
Justice for Stepney and Trudy, even though Trudy's still with us.
Shout out to Trudy.
The only one that has been found guilty so far is the actual one that was found not guilty in actual fact.
Something like that.
Are you trying to undermine what we're doing here.
No.
The court.
It is time. The spin was not necessary. It's Mr. Luke Sam for the 5th and final presentation, so we can finally get off jury duty and go home. I've been waiting for this one after all the things you've said about the FIA being great, not making any mistakes.
Unlike Adam, who does it for looks, and Blake, who is just straight up illiterate, I wear glasses because I genuinely cannot see. All your presentations, haven't seen a single word of it. I've just been going off the waffle that's coming out. Abu Dhabi 2021 versus Michael Massey by Mr. Luke Sam. For all your legal troubles, big or small, size doesn't matter. We take it all. Everyone remembers where they were.
I was there.
Yeah, you. All right, yeah. We're on the same
You
line.
were?
Yeah. I was at the circuit.
I'm here to tell you that he did not win. Wait, what am I fighting here again? No, it doesn't even matter. It's for Michael Massey. All right, setting the stage. Abu Dhabi 2021 Grand Prix. One of the most controversial moments in Formula One history, entering the race on tied points. Max Verstappen won his first world championship under contentious circumstances. Blake, what does contentious mean?
What? Contentious. Like contending, close.
All right, what happened in this race? Here is a chronological order of the events. Max started on pole. Lewis overtakes.
Sorry, I read number 10.
You can't skip ahead like Michael did.
Go on.
Hamilton cuts the chicane right in front of Aarava. No punishment. Hamilton runs away, but the Mexican Minister of Mid allowed Max to get into the fight. Hamilton runs away with it again and was about to win. Nicholas, the GOAT, bomber clarded the wall. Safety car comes out on lap 53 of 58. Lewis makes the decision not to pit. Max does pit. Massey makes the elite decision to only laps cars between car 44 and car 33 and not the entire grid. They race on the final lap and Max absolutely mogs him. So, anyone see an issue there?
Many issues.
Max hasn't got his hat on.
Lewis is the only one abiding by COVID protocols.
Massey looks too happy.
What was the decision made by race director Michael Massey under the guidance of his team during the 2021 Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? In compliance with the FIA regulations, or did it constitute a breach leading to an unfair outcome? I'm here to tell you what I think.
The truth or what you think?
They go hand in hand.
He had to wait for the next slide to see what he thought.
Our man has been falsely punished. This isn't about Lewis or Max. 19 drivers a year lose a championship. This is all about Michael Massey. Hashtag free Mikey. Can we get that trending on Twitter? What did they do to our boy? Mercedes immediately protested, arguing that Massey's handling of the safety car procedure violated the rules. This little whinging idiot protested. The stewards dismissed the protests and the FIA launched an investigation, and Massey was fired. If you notice the sweat patches on this man's shirt, they do not correlate with the outline of his man boob, therefore indicating intense amounts of pressure. In defense of Mr. Mad Dog Massey, Massey was under immense pressure to ensure the race finished with racing conditions. And this decision was made in a rapidly evolving situation with only a few laps left. Aarava, how hard is it to make a quick decision on F1 Manager without pausing?
Incredibly. Impossible, really. You need a pause.
Massey did not have the ability to pause. And also, he had a whinging, handsome Austrian in his ear. I heard that some countries use it for torture. I actually really like the sound of Toto Wolff. I don't know why I'm bashing him. In further defense, knowledge, Massey is smart. Strength, Massey is strong. Integrity, Massey is integrity.
Why have you just got a picture of?
Never give up.
It's a blank vest. It's a blank vest.
of just a coat and a cap.
I thought it really fit in well with the presentation.
No, like there's a gap in the middle.
Yeah, where the head belongs.
It's just a bit weird that you've left no one there. Yeah, it just adds a bit of up to our imagination, I guess.
Yeah, and it's a bit of mystery. I mean, whatever happened for
Say.
Michael Massey operated under the guidance and advice of his supporting team. A lot of people made this call, not just Michael Massey. However, Massey found a better job at Australian supercars anyway, so good on him. Why were the teams also able to yell at him? Maybe he needed gentle parenting instead. Some people react to direct threats like do your setup. Other people react to gentle parenting like, hey Ethan, do you think it would be a good time now to start getting things in order to move country? Do you see the difference?
Yeah. I should do that.
Like,
Oh,
if I
that
screamed
works.
at you, do your setup, does that make you want to do your setup?
No.
Thank you. I rest my case on that sentence. Was a mistake made? This is entirely subjective, but yes. And if you say no, you're wrong. Massey knocked Toto's ego so bad, they entered the 2022 season without side pods.
You've just ruined your whole case. You said was a mistake made. This is subjective, but yes, therefore saying that Massey made the mistake.
The mistake was that he did something wrong.
But what are you arguing?
That Massey did nothing wrong.
Oh, right. Okay. Your wording's misleading. My apologies. Proceed.
Right.
In the meantime, could you just send me your email address, please?
Who are you talking to?
I've drafted an email. I want you to read it.
We're not taking emails at this time. Also, Lewis could have pitted too, but he didn't. So why didn't he pit? Probably should have pit. This whole disaster would have been avoided if he had just pit. But he decided he doesn't need to. Objectively, he did nothing wrong. You cannot enforce law based solely because Lewis Hamilton's fans got sad. As judgeable in the court of law, no mistake was made. Even if there was a mistake, the punishment did not fit the crime.
Yep.
Yeah, good one, mate.
Yeah. Cool.
Great point.
You're right. You're actually right.
Thank you. Yeah, you cannot blame them for an inevitable one side of happiness. Can you imagine Lando fans were on the other side of this? Sorry, Aarava, not to get personal, that lost the championship on the last lap. We wouldn't hear the bloody how much longer. Instead
More
of
text.
Oh, for the love of God, there's more.
Cody Co.
Now you're skipping ahead. Instead of firing, they could have conducted a thorough investigation. They also could have talked it out. They could have provided additional training and support. Maybe even ignored it. As Cody Co taught us, if you ignore something for long enough, it might go away. Thank you. That's my presentation. And for all your legal troubles, big or small, size doesn't matter. We take it all. Any questions?
I've got about 20, and it can all be summarised in what is your point? I don't get it.
You didn't get it? Dude.
You said a mistake was made to begin with, the decision. Then a mistake wasn't made, but the way people treated him was wrong, so that was a mistake. But then the next slide, you said a mistake wasn't made, but then it was.
Your 20 questions were put into one sentence. Let me put the answer in one sentence. Massey did nothing wrong.
Apart from making the mistake.
Yeah, apart from the thing he did wrong.
Legally, I don't think he did anything wrong. Like maybe he was just a bit stressed. He had a bit of anxiety.
And the sweating point was a bit crazy, you know. That was raucous.
Dude, it's coming out of his belly button. You know how hard you have to stress?
Yeah, that's a lot of pressure, you know. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot
Could
of
you
pressure.
argue that he therefore wasn't fit for purpose?
Oh,
Have a look at the state of him.
he
I
was
don't
too
think he's fit.
stressed. He was too stressed.
So you're saying it comes from above the problem?
Could be upper management. Could be Red Bull upper management.
It's all marketing.
Exactly.
All
It's all
marketing.
it was all marketing for Drive to Survive.
Wow. So you blame Netflix?
Yeah, but yeah, it goes all the way to the top.
Luke, do you rest your case, or is there anything else you'd like to add in desperation, realizing that it might be going in the bin?
Are there any other questions?
No.
Amazing.
the
So you guys
bathroom.
understand literally everything and you're on my side. That's amazing to hear.
I want to lead this. So the only two court cases I've ever heard where sweat has been used as a defense is this and Prince Andrew, right? Okay? I ain't buying it. I ain't buying it.
Crazy.
You cannot put Michael Massey.
No, I'm not putting Michael Massey in. I'm saying the defense.
That is crazy. I thought my FIA assassinated that bloke was crazy. That's another level.
Look.
Let's bring it back.
Look. All I was saying was when a case gets so desperate that you have to rely upon their sweat glands, that's when you know they've lost. I'm not comparing the two.
We're not going to sweep it under the rug. As you said, Cody Co. I don't think that's also a very good thing to bring up.
Who's Cody Co?
Oh, okay. He's
No.
Long story.
No, move on.
Let's move on. Let's move on. Right, all in favor of guilty. Yeah, guilty.
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 But guilty's good, right?
No, guilty means you lost your case.
Guilty means Michael Massey's in trouble.
Yeah, and you lost your case.
So what I hear is we're all winners right now.
So that was a long day of court processions. Blake's f***ing dead.
Bro's got a full game in there.
He's got the 1,000-yard stare. He said marketing
I
and
don't know what I
left.
was looking at, to be honest.
Alrighty then. So thank you guys so much for watching through this amazing video. If you guys want to check out all these amazing boys, their links are down in the description. Go subscribe to them, of course. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit a like, subscribe to me, of course, and let me know in the comments what ideas you want to see next. Until next time, check out these videos here, and I'll catch you all next time.
Thanks for having
Bye.
us. It's been a pleasure.
Thanks to Trudy.
Thank you, Trudy. We love you.